Thanks for joining me today on this rainy, misty, windy Midwest fall day. It's just great living here in the Midwest. Just 80 degrees a couple days ago, and now it's 50 degrees. We're gonna have a little bit of a wind today, but we are going to get this real world mile per gallon test in today. And what I have for you guys is the 2024 Volvo S90 Recharge Ultimate Edition with the bright theme. So let's take a quick look at this, and then we're gonna head to the gas station, get filled up, and I will fill you in on the parameters of the test as we drive. The color on this, and I know it's kind of hard to tell right now, but this is called denim blue. I think you can probably see a little bit of blue coming through on this. It's really misty today, but let's see if we can get just kind of a darker blue. Does look really nice. Now this is the bright theme, so it does have the chrome on it. And I believe that you also have 21-inch wheels on there. Look beautiful. It's a really nice looking sedan, very large sedan. As you know, Volvo is comfortable and safe, but I really do like the front end. It just looks really classy. Looks real nice. So this does have the 2.0 liter turbo engine tied to an electric drive motor, providing 455 total horsepower. The engine alone gets about 29 miles per gallon, and the electric only portion of it is rated at 66 MPGe. Now, I did some calculations, and what we should get over the course of this 100-mile trip is somewhere around 47 miles per gallon total. We will start this up in pure EV mode. We'll run the electric miles out first, and then it'll kick in the gas engine, and then we will be running on basically mostly the gas, a little bit of battery when it does recharge on the regen braking. Take a quick look at the trunk. All right, here is this trunk. It's pretty massive, really. It does come with its own charger. Pretty big, and you can see got a couple, looks like subwoofers up in there. This does have the Bowers and Wilkins system in it. Look at the room in this back. The seat is where I drive at, and look how much room there is. This is crazy. And this whole thing folds down, and you have cup holders right there. You have a little bit of storage right there. And you can flip that right back up. Might be have a little trouble seeing out that back window with that up, but we'll see how that goes. And you do have climate control back here. Pretty cool. All right, and here is the front before we get going. You see how beautiful it is in here. The Bowers and Wilkins speakers right there. Got powered seats. I don't know how many ways you can adjust this, but this comes out. These can fold in and out. It does have massaging seats. That's more like a shiatsu massage in here. This thing is incredible. There's the Volvo steering wheel. I love this interior. You get the wood grain going across there. And of course, I have my drinks ready for this drive. And you got the speaker right up there. There's a full review of this car up on the channel, so go check that out. I will have a link down in the description and at the end of this video. But let's get to the gas station and let's get filled up and let's get this thing started. We are here at the gas station, so we are gonna get filled up. One thing to note is this does require premium fuel, so that's what we will put into this. So we'll go ahead and we'll get this going. The premium. All right, we have driven this a little bit, so we're probably gonna need to add, I would say probably 2 or 3 gallons. Okay, there we are at 3.2 gallons so far. We're gonna do our quick top off. So 1 pull. That's it. All right, we are full. See, 3.2. Get our super long receipt, just about forgot about. Yeah, that's not as bad as some of the other ones. we're going to get started up right now, and the one thing we're going to do is make sure that we this does start up in pure mode, which is their all electric mode, and that's the way we're going to run this. So we're just going to turn on. All right, we are running on pure, so we're on battery right now. You can see we have a full battery, 43 miles, full gas tank, 530 miles. Okay, so we are gonna make sure we reset this. I reset it once, but we're gonna reset it again right now, and then we're gonna get going. All right, so that's reset, 0 everywhere, close. I will catch up with you at the next town. If you're new to the real world mile per gallon test that I do here, I'm gonna run you down the parameters real quick. So first thing we do is set the tire pressure to the manufacturer spec. The second thing that we do is we go to the gas station, we fill it up with gas, we do a quick top off, and then we head out on the road. The next thing is the vehicle is set up for normal driving. Whatever you would get in, hit the start button and just take off, that's what we do. So with this hybrid, this one runs in pure at the beginning. Pure is their electric. So it'll run on that first, and then it'll engage the engine, and that's how we're going to figure out what we're going to get. So then we run 100 miles. The other thing we do is 2 cities that we drive through, we do an entire loop through that city before we get up onto the interstate. And then on the way back, getting off the interstate, we do the same thing, loop through the city in the reverse that we did on the way there, and then we head back to the gas station. Another thing is we run 5 miles per hour over the speed limit, because that is what most people do in the real world. So that's what we're going to do. It's going to be 60 on the highway, 75 on the interstate, and the city speeds we're going to be somewhere between 35 and 50. So somewhere in that range, depending on the city and the area. We also are running in the normal mode for this car. We don't run in any eco modes or anything like that, because that is not how normal people drive. Normal people get in, start it up, and whatever it's in, that's what it's in. So if it's normally starts up in normal, that's what we go on. So that's how we're running this test. And when we get back, we will fill the gas tank up. We will do the top off just like we did before. Then we'll divide the total miles, and that includes electric miles plus the amount of miles that the gas engine ran. And that's going to give you your average real world 100 mile per gallon that you can expect every day. If you got up every day and drove 100 miles, this is what the mile per gallon is going to average. We're looking to shoot for 47 miles per gallon average. Now, if you're running in hybrid mode, it's going to be less than that. If you don't charge your vehicle up and drive in electric to start with every single time, it's going to be lower than that. But I just want to give what this car is set up for. When you get in, you go and drive. So changing no settings. So this is what we're going to look at, and I will update you guys along the way. So I hope you guys enjoy this, and I hope it really helps you out in making your decision whether to buy this Volvo S90 or not. All right, we are currently driving through our first town. We're going to be doing the loop through here in just a minute, but I wanted to update you guys so far. You can see in the bottom left corner, we are at 9.3 miles so far and 0 miles per gallon, because we are still running on fully electric. When we started, it said 43 miles, and right now it says we've got 33 miles left of electric. So that is really going well over the 38 that it's averaged. But I will update you guys as we leave town after making the loop through here. As you can see, this is our nice little local town that we are neighbors to. Nice little town. I will see you guys in just a few minutes. So we have left our town and made that loop through there. So right now you can look down to the left. You can see that we are 14.3 miles so far. Still no miles per gallon because we've not used any gas. On the right side where you see the gears, the reverse, neutral, and drive, right above that says pure. That means we are still running in electric. And we got about 27 miles of electric left, and what does that say? 530 miles of range total. All right, so I will update you when we get into the next town, and I will also give you a little more information later about this S90 Recharge. We are coming into our next town here, and so far we have gone 28 miles and still no mile per gallon. We are still running on full electric, and it looks like we've got about 13 miles of battery still left on this thing. So this is pretty awesome. There's not many that get this much range, but this is very, very good. I'm happy to be driving this car. You spend very little on gas. But as we come into the town, this is the town. We will make a loop through this town also before we get up on the interstate. So once I do that, I will update you guys before we get up on the interstate. And after we get up on the interstate, then I will give you guys some more information about this Volvo S90 Recharge. We are coming up on our entry to the interstate. And right now, after making that loop through town, we are at 36.3 miles, still no miles per gallon. We're still running on electric. We've got about 5 miles of electric left, and then we'll get into the gas. So let's get up on the interstate. Gonna get on right here. And this does have regenerative braking. You can see that meter go up there down in the right corner. Harder you press, the more regen you get. So that helps when you're going through the cities and towns. Here's a little more information about this 2024 Volvo S90 Recharge. This is the Ultimate Edition and the bright theme, which we mentioned earlier. The bright theme means chrome on the outside. Now, I am not much of a chrome person anymore, but when you get into the darker colors, the chrome really does kind of class it up a little bit. Makes it look a little more expensive, a little nicer. What we've got going on in this car is, this is the Recharge. So it is the hybrid, plug-in hybrid version of the S90. And it is all-wheel drive also. So that is something that's pretty cool in a full-size sedan. This car is very large. As you saw how much room there was in the back seat. It's like, this is like escort people around, chauffeur people around in this car. And it would be perfect for that. So what you've got is a 2.0 liter, 4-cylinder, turboed 4-cylinder, and an electric drive motor. Now those two combined, and I mentioned this earlier, gives you 455 horsepower. That is a lot of power in a sedan. It really does get up and move. 0 to 60 on it is, I believe, 4.6 seconds. So that is very, very quick. What we also have on here is a full driver assist package. Lane centering, everything like that will drive the car for you. Basically, you do have to have your hands on the wheel though. The interior is awesome. Bowers & Wilkins stereo system is an option. It does come with Harman Kardon with the Ultimate package, and then you have to add the Bowers & Wilkins on if you want to. The seats adjust in so many different ways. It is very, very comfortable. You got a thigh extender. You've got multiple adjustments for your bolstering. You've got shiatsu massage in this thing. Very, very nice and decked out. And the one thing that Volvo is known for is safety. Now, they have over 15 models that have received the highest safety rating from the IIHS, and it is a safety plus or something like that. But they are the only manufacturer that actually has that many. They actually hold a record for 15 that have received that, and that is the top safety rating that you can get from IIHS. The next thing that Volvo likes to do is make sure that you are comfortable in your car. And that is where Volvo shines. They really do make comfortable seats, probably the best seats that I have been in. There's only one that I believe that was better, and that was the Lexus LC500 seats. Those things were amazing. But both Volvos that we've had so far, the V90 or the V60 cross country seats were awesome. Loved them. So this thing is definitely a travel monster, very comfortable. We actually just now went into hybrid mode, just now kicked into that with a gas engine, and we ran almost just a little over 40 miles or so on only electric. That alone is amazing. That's the most that I've had in a plug-in hybrid so far. But the all-wheel drive system seems to be working great. The ride comfort in here is awesome. It also has air suspension in the back and active dampering. And so, yeah, it just adjusts to the road very well. Very quiet in here. I am talking to you just fine. Stereo, when I have it on, is very, very low. I don't even have to have it on very high. So this car is great, especially if you're traveling, if you want to have your family comfortable, if you are maybe you are a chauffeur, or you run a chauffeur company, or something like that. This would be amazing to have in your fleet, in your lineup. That's all I've got really basically around this. We do have a full review up on the channel, so go check that out, and it will show you all the ins and outs of this car. And other than that, I will see you in a few minutes as we get off the interstate to make our loop and turn around. We are getting ready to get off of the interstate right now, and so while we were up here, the gas engine came on. You can see up there where the gear shift or the gear letters are. It does say hybrid now, so it automatically switches itself into a hybrid mode. You can see we've just hit 50 miles on this trip, and we have 138.1 miles per gallon. So isn't that amazing? All right, here's our exit right here. I'm gonna get off, and then you can see we get some regen braking to get that battery, get some power into that battery, and then that will help us out when we have to make those loops through the city again. We don't have anybody coming, so it looks like we're gonna make a quick loop. Don't really even have to come to a complete stop. And then we will head right back up here. Then we're gonna accelerate onto the interstate, and this time it's gonna have the engine going. So you guys are gonna get to hear the engine, hear what this sounds like. Does sound pretty good. Fairly quiet, so I don't know. You guys may not be able to hear it. I'm gonna accelerate here in 1, 2, 3, go. Full 455 horsepower. Yeah, it went a little faster than I planned. So let's get the cruise back down to 75. That thing got up and went faster than I expected, so that was pretty awesome. Okay, so now we are down to 117.4 miles per gallon, and that's going to continually drop the rest of this drive. So we should settle in somewhere right around 47 is my best estimate. Let's see how close I am with my calculations when we get back and get gassed up. So I will see you guys here in just a few minutes as we get back off the interstate and head back into town. Coming up on our exit right now off the interstate, and we'll be heading back into town. Take a quick look right now, and 64.2 miles. We are at 73.3 miles per gallon and still running in hybrid. Got a little bit of juice that came back into that battery, but not enough to really do much or make too much of a difference heading back into town. But we'll go ahead and get off the interstate here. Of course, we will get some regen braking here, putting some power back into the battery. Off here, and we'll be heading right back into town. We'll make that loop through town, and then we will be back out on the highway. As soon as we get done going through everything through town and we're heading back out, I will update you where we're sitting at. So there again, 73.3 miles per gallon. All right, we are heading out of town now. And after our loop through town, we are at 72.9 miles, 65.2 miles per gallon. We are still running in hybrid mode. It seems to only kick in the battery whenever we come to a stop and braking for regen, but you can see that little like water droplet like thing on to the side. That tells when the gas engine is going to engage. So when we come to a stop, that floats up, and when I take off, it'll take off in electric and then switch over to the engine. So it's pretty interesting to watch. But we're gonna get accelerated up to 60 right now, and I will update you again whenever we get into the next town. All right, we are entering town now. And after that drive on the highway, we've gone 88.4 miles, 55.9 miles per gallon, and still running in hybrid mode. So still above what I was saying. I still say that we're gonna be somewhere around that 47 mark, but it looks like it could be higher than 47 miles per gallon, but we'll have to check that out after we make our loop through the town. Okay, we just left town and we're getting out on the highway again, and we'll take a quick look. We're at 93.4 miles and 54.6 miles per gallon. It's pretty awesome. All right, we're gonna make our turn here, head back to the gas station. A little highway driving, and I will update you guys as we enter town. Okay, we are headed back up to the gas station, and you can see we have 101 miles, 101.1, 52.1 miles per gallon. That is way above what my estimate was of 47. Final numbers, 101.2 miles, 52.1 miles per gallon. All right, let's get filled up and see what kind of numbers we get. Okay, we made it back to the gas station. You can see sky's finally clearing up today. So let's go ahead and get filled up. Again, we've got premium in there. All right, here we go. I am guessing it's going to be right around 2.5 gallons, somewhere in that range. Oh, 1.9, really? All right, let's do our top off. And that's it. All right, what did we end up with? 2.043. That is awesome. So, get our receipt. Here it comes, a gigantic receipt. All right, so now we've got that. Let's get closed up and let's go run some numbers. Oh, here's this blue I was telling you guys about. You guys didn't get to see that earlier because of it being so dark outside, but this is this nice blue S90. Look at that. Gorgeous car. All right, let's run some numbers. Okay, so that was an awesome trip. So what we ended up with was 101.2 miles on the trip. So the engine averages 29 miles per gallon, and the electric is 66 MPGe. My calculations over 100 miles would be about 47 miles per gallon, and the Volvo shows 52.1. So let's do the math and see if they're right. So we've got 101.2 miles. And we're going to divide that by the gallons that we put in on our receipt that I have crunched up a little bit. And that was 2.043, if you can see that in the camera. 2.043 equals 49.53. So Volvo's a little above about 3 miles per gallon more, or 2.5 miles per gallon more than what it actually is. So just keep that in mind. But still, 47.5 is above my calculations, and it's a pretty awesome number for the 2024 Volvo S90 Recharge. Your miles per gallon average for that is 49.53. It'll be here on the screen. Now just remember, the way we did this was fully charged battery, 18.8 kilowatt hour battery. Volvo estimates 38 miles. When we charged it up, we got 43. So when we drove, we actually drove just around 40 miles or so before the engine kicked in. And I will have an electric only range test on this car coming up soon, if it's not already up. So this is going to be your average if you charge it up every night and then you go drive. If you drive 100 miles, that's what your average is going to be. If you drive less than 100 miles, it's going to be higher. If you drive 50 miles, it's going to be really high. But if you do that every day, you're going to be saving so much gas. And if you have short trips, you won't even have to use the gas at all. So that is a huge benefit to this car. Yes, it has a high price tag, about $78,000. But if you're hardly spending any money in gas on it, it really kind of offsets a little bit. It offsets your payment a little bit. So it is a very good consideration. Plus it is a joy to drive, so comfortable. You're so safe in a Volvo. It's just amazing. I just felt great. Over 2 hours of driving, and felt awesome. You get what you pay for, and Volvo will protect you because they care about your safety and they will care about your comfort, and then everything else is just an added bonus. So if you are not subscribed, click subscribe. If you liked this, hit the like button, give Volvo a shout, spread it out, and I will see you in the next one.